Hi, friends. Happy Thursday. Sorry, I went to go get water, but I forgot how long it takes to fill up this water. I didn't realize the timer ran out. Hello, everybody. Ghostly Punctual Sparks reader, hello. That's everybody I can see on screen. We are building this adorable little 3-in-1 set today. So I'm excited. I think it's not on purpose fall, but I think it has very fall vibes. So we're gonna build the red fox first, and then once that's done, there are two other builds that you can do: the little owl and the squirrel. So we'll do those too, not today, but for another stream. Imagine if there was a chug with this thing. Sheesh. To answer the prompt, I love anything apple, but I also love pumpkin pie. Getting caramel apple tonight and can't wait. Oh, caramel apple! Sounds delightful. Saturday, Thursday, you know. Owl's my fave. I think they're all cute. I don't know if I could pick a favorite. We'll see once they're built. We'll see once they're built, because sometimes like things look really cute on the box, and then you build it and it looks even more cute in real life. So we shall see. First time ever here. Love your roll for hairstyle series. So fun. Thank you, Glitch. Welcome in. I saw you type in earlier when we had the starting soon stream. Welcome to your first stream. What percentage of the streamer is now butternut squash mac and cheese? Listen. It was put in stores on Sunday, and I went Sunday. And I bought 4 boxes because I told I was like, I'm not going to be greedy and take all of them because other people deserve to enjoy it too, right? So I got 4 boxes. I went today because I was out of butternut squash mac and cheese. Does that answer your question? I also may have had one as soon as I got home from Trader Joe's. Do you do a lot of Lego? We do Lego builds every Thursday. So our schedule is Thursdays, Lego builds. Saturday, we do coloring streams. And then Tuesday, we do video games. Also, hi, sorry I wasn't here Tuesday. I meant to be, but got distracted for it. It's okay. Life happens. Now I'm sad because one, I missed a stream, 2, I lost my stream streak. I'm sorry. We've talked about this before. If I could disable the stream streaks, I would, because I think they just put too much pressure. It's like life happens and you can't make it to every stream. And I don't expect everybody to make it to every stream. So don't worry about it. Happy to have you here when you can make it. Made some chicken curry rice last night, so I'm having leftovers today. That sounds like something that would make really good leftovers. Like something that would reheat really well. You know, some things it's like it's great when you first make it and then not so much. Some things hold over really well for leftovers. That sounds like one of them. Managed to clean my oven, toaster oven, and microwave. That's one of the worst chores in my opinion. Takes forever. I cleaned my microwave today because I went to go heat up my butternut squash mac and cheese and I saw that there was butter splattered all over the inside for some reason. So yeah, I did that. Felt pretty accomplished.
First try.
Pasta and sauce becomes better the next day. Oh, really? See, I think it's the opposite. But I think cold pasta salads get better the longer you let them sit. Oh, you're making brownies? I want brownies. I bought stuff to make pumpkin cream cheese bars. I'm also really craving those. I haven't made them yet, but I have the ingredients. I have so many college notes to do, but I'm avoiding them. Well, you know, probably avoid them for a little longer if you wanted to. Making nighttime tea? Delightful. I like it when the sauce is soaked into the pasta, more flavor. See, I get that. if I have some extra sauce that I can then heat it up with, because I feel like the sauce just kind of dries out sometimes. That's the only thing I don't like. If I have a little leftover sauce that was not cooked into the pasta, then I'm happy having leftover pasta. Although I'm pretty much just always happily having pasta. I'm gonna go eat small groups so I can't stay. We were talking about our communities, and I was like, I have a fantastic community over on Twitch. And then you went live, so I just wanted to stop by and say, hey, hope you all have a fantastic stream. Thank you, Crappie. Have a good time. Thanks for dropping by. Do you cover your pasta with plastic wrap? I have containers, glass containers with like lids. I don't know why it took my brain that long to think of the word container, but you know, it has been a long day. Submit another job application to more of the cafes on campus. Hopefully I'll hear from them soon. I hope so. I need money for groceries and maybe concert tickets. Priorities. If you could go see anybody in the world in concert, alive, anybody that's alive in concert, any band, artist, anything, money's no object, who would you go see? I finally made blueberry muffins. I didn't realize I ate 7 of them. That's one of those where you look up and you're like, what happened? Reader would go see AJR. I feel like they put on a really good show. Such high energy. For a band, I'd go see Fall Out Boy again. For solo artists, I want to see Paris Bloma or Ethel King. Oh, they're very cool. Did I see that Fall Out Boy released a new song the other day, or was that... Did I misread the notification? I was very busy yesterday, but I saw a notification that was like, you might like this new song by Fall Out Boy, and I was like, new song? Since when? Against the current, and I bring Daniel with me because he's also a fan. Nice. You are cool. Might have to go. Aw. Well, thanks. Did you get your streak logged in? I didn't see it pop up. Because I know that's important to you. The warning. Huh. Got some great stuff there. Oh, rock band. Favorite songs from them so far, 6 feet deep. I might have to look into that. That sounds cool. I always like listening to new music. Manifesting one of my favorite groups doing a tour with a new album. Hopefully. Went to a Mexican place yesterday. They had about 100 album covers on the wall. Every single one of them had a burrito photoshopped into it. That's incredible. The album drops this December. If we don't get a 2026 tour, I will be crying. I hope so. Put in my time. I've waited 8 years. I want a tour. I did my wait. That's how I felt. I became a My Chemical Romance fan a little too late, and then they did the tours again, and then it got canceled again, and then they did it again, and I didn't hear about it until they had already performed in Seattle and moved on. I was crushed. Maybe one day they'll perform in Seattle again. And then maybe that time I'll actually hear about it before it happens. My hope is the more that I talk about it, the more my phone will pick up on it and it'll show me ads for them performing in Seattle next year. The closest venues for shows near me for any bigger shows either Chicago or Twin Cities, and almost no one comes to Des Moines. Yeah. Fall Out Boy did though, and I appreciate that for that. Nice. Would like it known that at the exact moment you said ads, I got ads. So no. Sorry. What's up, Leviathan? Favorite fall dessert is pumpkin roll. Oh, pumpkin roll is a good one. To be honest, I wish I'd been able to see Taylor Swift for the Eras tour. I watched some of it on Disney Plus, and I was like, this is one of those I feel like was probably better in person, but it is still really neat to see. If you have Disney Plus and you want to watch it, it is on. I don't think I ever finished it. I think I was watching it, and then I had something came up, and I paused it, and I never got back to it. Brownies are going in the oven. Nice. Oh, yeah. No, it's a completely different and probably very surreal experience seeing it in person. Brownies sound so good for once I have no brownie mix. Rip. Like I said, I bought stuff for pumpkin bars, so I'll probably make that tonight. Or maybe banana brownies. Or maybe nothing, and maybe I'll wait till tomorrow to bake stuff. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm very tired, so I honestly might, after stream's over, crash on the couch for a little bit. Been wanting chocolate cake for the last week, but I don't have motivation. I can speak to go to the store. Yeah. I bought, not last week, but the week before, the Trader Joe's dark chocolate, the little mini sheet cakes that they have. And a dark chocolate one with a dark chocolate ganache. It's so good. But whenever I buy those in like any flavor, I feel like Taylor never has any. Like it's just not his kind of dessert. So I end up eating all of it, which is not good. Like I don't want it to go to waste, you know? I have a slice of cake for breakfast, have one after dinner, and then all before I know it, I ate the whole thing. Oops. Yesterday I told my girlfriend she couldn't get candy because she'll eat like 3 pieces and then not touch it for weeks, and then I'll eat it. You told your girlfriend she couldn't get candy. Doug? How dare? How dare? What? Not unless she was gonna eat it. Why don't you have better self-control than not eat it? Huh? Gonna tell your girlfriend she can't get candy? The audacity! My woman's so strong.
You chose poorly.
Indeed. That's a good use for that sound. I mean, the fact that you're here typing in chat is a miracle, in my opinion, but I'm just gonna, in case any of you don't have partners and you end up having one in the future, if your partner ever asks, hey, do you want to go get ice cream, boba, a sweet little treat, pretty much any variety of a sweet treat, if they ever ask you if you want to go do that, don't say no, but we can go get it for you. You say yes. You say yes, and then you go and you get something with them. If you're like, you're not wanting a big thing, just get a small thing and let them get whatever they want. Don't say no, and don't say, no, but oh, we can go get it for you. The answer is always yes. Exactly, Leviathan. Who says no to boba all the time? It goes both ways. Or if it's something you really let's say you don't like boba, but your partner really does, what you do is you find something nearby that you do like, and you say, "Oh yeah, let's go get boba for you, and then we can swing by here and get this for me." That way, you're both still getting a sweet little treat. It's still an excursion for both of you. The other person doesn't feel like a burden for it, and they're not having to enjoy their sweet treat alone. There are options. Just, don't say no. With my wife 17 years, I've been trained long enough to know better. This has been relationship advice with Gingy. That is all for today. There are more. Oh no, it was the first piece. Relationship advice with Gingy family stream. How many more streams do you guys want? Oh, I'm sorry, Sparks. Car trouble is never fun. No, Doug, we have not. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how much like a fox this looks. I will wait. There we go. Hi, Yellow. So far it is a blob of blocks. We'll get there eventually. Yellow. Popping in before getting some stuff done? Excellent. I hope you have a productive day. Evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. This might be crazy to me. It looks like the vehicle thing in Star Wars that the Jawas use. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh gosh, what is that called? It's a sand. Hold on. It's not a sand crawler, is it? It is a sand crawler. I remembered the name. Look at me go. Does look like a sand crawler. You are correct. See ya, Yellow. That's bag one. We have a blob. Fox blob. Also looks like a chainsaw leaf blower handle. This one? No. Let's see that. Speaking of yawn, I'm dead. I'll catch y'all later. Bye, Leviathan. Have a good night. I'm sorry for yawning so much. I'm trying not to. Saw a pic of a leaked set that's coming out for Christmas. It's a Christmas tree.
Leviathan Risen Redeem Chat Hydrate.
It's neat.
Drink up.
Thank you for the hydrate. That is a chat hydrate, so everybody in chat needs to hydrate, please. It's my secret cap. I'm always sleepy. I mean, yeah.
The once and future Doug Redeem Chat Hydrate. Drink up.
Rude. I will hydrate with you guys.
Water Tribe.
I was really hoping for 3 in a row, Ghostly.
Sparks Artistic Redeem Chat Hydrate. Drink up.
Okay. Is it broken? You guys owe me 3 hydrates. Ghostly. There are words I want to say that are not fit for this chat. Okay, that one's for me.
Water Tribe.
That one's also for me.
Water Tribe. Water Tribe.
Just gonna leave this here like this.
Two hours later.
Yeah. I'm done, I promise. Uh-huh. I have to make 2 of those. Okay. I was like, where are the extra pieces? I'm following along, except my tummy was already half full of chocolate milk. Do you buy like gallons of chocolate milk at a time? How come you always have chocolate milk? And how come I never have chocolate milk? That doesn't seem right. Something's not adding up. I just have a tub of Nesquik powder. That makes so much more sense. When I was younger, I always preferred the liquid, the Nesquik, the liquid chocolate to stir into milk. I felt like the powder didn't dissolve properly. And now I prefer already made chocolate milk, like buying it by like the half gallon. Like Tillamook or what's the other one that's really good? Should I go get cake tonight? Of course. Duh. It's not shelf stable like powder. That's totally fair. Oh, the Fairlife chocolate milk's also very good. I've had this container of powder for like 2 years. It hasn't gone bad yet. Has anyone read the Ember in the Ashes book? No, I don't think so. I don't think I've read that one yet. Is it good? Got a book from an Imager creator yesterday, so I'm like, oh, nice. It's okay, reader. Doug just says that because he can't read, and he's jealous. We've heard very good things about An Ember in the Ashes. It's a young adult book, and I believe it's a bit dystopian if I remember correctly. I read the series as it was coming out in high school, but I don't remember it. So I found the first at a used bookstore and I'm going to reread it. Oh, please. I remember it being good. I'm rereading this one. This is a book that I read a bunch growing up. Sorry. So I haven't read this in years. I'm about a little less than halfway through it at the moment. So yeah. It's fun. It's definitely a bit younger. You haven't seen this one? It's by the same person who wrote Ella Enchanted. And it's also set in the same, it's a connected universe. So like it's not in the same area as Ella Enchanted, but it's like a neighboring kingdom. So there's little tiny cameos. Like they mentioned, what was her name? I don't remember the fairy's name. The one that cursed Ella, essentially. It started with an L, maybe Lucinda or something like that. She's like mentioned in books. It's like little tiny cameos. I think Ella is mentioned at one point too, but they're not like actual cameos like in the book. I like Ellen. Did you read Ella Enchanted or just watch the movie? I watched the movie before I read the book, and I like both. I finished a book today. This is big because I typically have a hard time finishing books during school. Congratulations. I know how that goes. I kind of just stopped reading in college because it was just so tough to finish books and didn't pick it back up again until a few years later. See you, Rick. I believe I also watched it before I read it, but I think I read it too. Liked it, yeah. There are some books that get turned into movies that are like great movies, even if they're not really like the books. They're kind of their own separate thing. I feel like that's Ella Enchanted. It's not really a lot like the book, other than the concept, but it's great in its own as its own thing. Never been able to sit and read a book. I love the idea, but I just can't. I love audiobooks, so that's totally fair. Some people just it's just not reading is reading, whether it's physical, digital, audio, as long as you're enjoying however you're reading, that's what's important. It's like I can't really do audiobooks. I wish I could. I feel like I'd read a lot more if I could. But I lose focus so easily when it's audio. Like I will get distracted while listening to it and then have to rewind, and then I just find myself constantly rewinding. So I have to just kind of set aside time for myself to read. I also really like to read while I'm eating. Um, as long as you're not one of those people that reads a single paragraph AI summaries of the book and say you read the book, then you're glad you didn't read the book if you did that. That's like reading the Sparks Note and being like, okay, I read the book, except worse. Usually, like when I read, this is a speaker. This is what I do. This is a speaker, it's super heavyweight. I put it in front of me, and then I have the book, and I prop it like this while I'm reading. Reading and eating. And I have done this since I started reading, pretty much. Because my mom did it, and she taught me that. My mom was a big reader. Still is. That's about reading. Listen. That's about as much multitasking as I can do while reading. I just finished before this one, um, the Full Moon Coffee Shop, which was, I believe, a Japanese book that was translated to English, and it was really cute. It was very like Studio Ghibli type vibes to it, and lots of astrology too. I thought it was cute though. It was these giant talking cats run this cafe that only appears during a full moon, and they help people through difficult times in their life, like to help discover themselves better and know how to move on with whatever they're having trouble getting past. It's really cute. I liked it. Yeah, Ghostly isn't saying you can't read a summary of a book, but you don't read a summary and then say, I've read the book. That's what that is. Because there were a lot of like book influencers that were doing that, and it's like, what? No. Clearly, those book influencers didn't read Fahrenheit 451. Yeah. I thought that was like required reading during whatever. I don't even remember what age I read that. Tell that to the movie adaptation writers too. Oh, are we gonna have another Wuthering Heights rant? I don't talk about the movie. I've never had to read Fahrenheit 451, but I want to. I read it. I really enjoyed it when I read it. And it's not that long of a book either. So definitely pick it up sometime. And very relevant, unfortunately. I think I still have my copy from when I read it in school somewhere, packed away. I wonder if there's a wait for it at the library. I'm just curious. Like, can I place a reservation right away? Does my library not have it?
Oh, look, a strawberry.
Hold on. I'm gonna be very concerned if my library does not have Fahrenheit 451. There it is. Okay. I don't know what I typed in Fahrenheit 451 and like one Sparks note came up, but then I typed in Ray Bradbury and like all his books came up. So, and there's a hold 13 weeks wait. I miss this. There it is. That doesn't fit. Does it? I'm so confused. Brownies are finished. Just gotta cool down now. Lucky. Yeah, see, I think that's okay. Let's keep this. Looks like this doesn't fit. That doesn't make any sense. It's because I used a piece that was too big. There we go. Now it's starting to look like something. Trying to get a library card so I can go to the big library in the next county over. They have the biggest library I've seen where I am. I've been wanting to try to read some Star Wars comics, and my library has 20, but the big library has 200. You shouldn't have too much of a problem getting a library card, I would hope. Unless it's like region locked for some reason, which it shouldn't be. Some libraries have residency requirements and others don't. I didn't know that. All the ones I've ever gotten a card at, they didn't have any requirements like that. I also love it. The library is the best place. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to sign up and get a library card because even if you're not going to use it, it costs you nothing and it helps support the library, which does so much for your community. Like why would you not? It takes you not even 5 minutes to sign up to get a library card. The libraries where I've had defining moments with books. I practically grew up in a library. They're so special to me. So important to me. I will always love and I will always support the library. Got mine a few years ago at the local library. Excellent. The libraries over there fine for late returns. They started moving away from that here because it puts people off from borrowing. Yeah, they've completely done away from it with it here, at least that I know of. Which is a good thing because it does definitely make people nervous about borrowing books. One time when I was a kid, I lost a book from the library. The amount of anxiety that gave me, and we didn't find it till a year later. So my mom had paid off the book. Luckily, it was a Magic Treehouse book, so it wasn't crazy, but I cried so hard when I lost it. We couldn't find the book. I lost it. It was my fault. And I was so upset about it. And then a year later, we found it. It was in our minivan. It had fallen between, like the side of a seat, like in between the side of the van and the seat, because it's a Magic Treehouse book. So it was one of those like really thin paperback books. I don't remember exactly which Magic Treehouse book it was. I want to say it was Dawn of the Dinosaurs, which I think is the first one. But it could have been a different one. But my gut says it was Dawn of the Dinosaur. But yeah, that was not a fun experience for me. And this was not just me being careless either. I was always very careful with like library books and not losing them. I never even wanted to take that when we would do like road trips and go on vacation and stuff. I never wanted to take a library book with me because I was like, what if I lose it? At that point, we'd found it, but at that point, we'd already paid off the book. So what? I was like, well, I guess you have a new book. Congratulations. Like, sorry. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, other than just being embarrassed and anxious about it, still love the library. I volunteered at the library when I was in college because the scholarship program that I was on required community service hours, and I got those done at the library, and I loved every second of it. I would recommend volunteering at your local library. It's a good time. And usually they do need some help with stuff, especially programs at like any kind of tech help programs or tutoring programs or anything like that. So if you're ever like, I want to volunteer somewhere, but I don't know where or what to do, library. My library has this cool program. If you want a book that's not in the catalog, they'll buy it, ship it directly to your house, and then you return it after the normal borrowing period for them to put on the stickers. Oh, interesting. It's cool. Kind of expedites the process a little bit there, so you don't have to wait for them to get it, wait for it to go through the system, and then, all that stuff. I loved volunteering at the library in middle school. I got to help kids pick out summer reading prizes and then read in between that. It's cute. I also loved the summer reading programs as a kid. I had two libraries growing up because my family's military, so we had the base library and then our like community library. So I got to do two reading programs every summer and get twice the amount of prizes. I will say the library on our Air Force base that we went to growing up did have much better prizes. That was for sure. What are these programs? Oh, so a reading program is during the summer, they try to get kids to read books during the summer, obviously. So they give you, this is how they used to do it. I don't know if they still do it this way. They probably have an app now or something. But back in the day, back in my day, they gave you a piece of paper that was a book log, and it would have like spaces for every book, and you'd fill out the books as you read them. And then you would bring it in, and they'd have prizes for like the first 5 books you read, 10 books you read, yada yada yada. And then usually for the ones that I went to, at the end of summer they had a party, and there were like raffles. You would get your name entered in for raffles, and then also sometimes the person who read the most books got prizes. It was definitely built on kind of an honor system and like they're hoping the parents make sure the kids actually read the books and such. But it was so much fun, and as someone who loved to read, I was like, I get to do what I love to do and I get prizes for it. Sign me up. Would have loved that. That sounds so cool. It was really neat. And the Air Force Base Library. See ya, Ren. Have a good one. They also had an adult reading program, which I think a lot of libraries are starting to do that now, summer reading programs. With usually the prizes are like a tote bag and things like that, or like tote bags and coupons and things, but still very fun. I mean, it's fun to get stuff for doing things you enjoy. I haven't done a summer reading program since moving here, though. summer is actually. Hey, MJ. I was just about to start talking about Storygraph. So I have made a Storygraph account, and input all of my. Sorry to interrupt. No problem. I've input all of my book data from about 2022. That's about as far back as I was tracking books. 2022 up until now. And I looked at the graph that they have for timeline for like when you read the most books, when you read the least amount of books. Every year, summer hits, and it's like I get so busy during summer, I don't read anything. And then usually around August, September-ish hits, and all of a sudden it's like straight back up. I start reading again. Ren Fair season, and lots of things, lots of things. But it was funny because I did have the general dates. I didn't have exact dates, but general dates of when I read these books because I had my library logs of when I borrowed these books, and it was every single year. June hit, and my reading streak just dropped. Fable's another good option for tracking reading. I downloaded both Fable and Storygraph because I was curious about both. After messing around with both for a little bit, I think I like Storygraph better, and that's probably the one I'm going to stick with for now. Fable was also nice. Sometimes you just click better with one UI over the other, and I clicked better with Storygraph, so. But yeah, if you guys do have Storygraph and you want to add me on there, feel free. I have the same exact username everywhere. I always like to see what other people are reading too. I know MJ added me as a friend, and I immediately went and snooped and looked through all the books that they were reading. So both are miles ahead of Goodreads. Yeah, I was using Notion to track all of my books for years because I didn't like Goodreads and I didn't know that there were other options. So, and then once I did find out about other options, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to manually transfer all of my data. I love this set. We built the owl. It was challenging because we had to open every bag before I even started. See, I was actually going to put a poll in the Discord about which one to build first, and then I was like, I want to build them one bag at a time. So, because this is a new set with the bag, I was like, we're gonna build the red fox first, and then you guys can vote between these two. It's been so long since I've built a brand new set. I was ready for nice organized bags. Listening to Darth Maul Shadowhunter on Audible, nice. The Star Wars books are great. I haven't read that many of them yet. They're on my list. It's just there's so many things I want to read, and there's not enough time. Was the last set not new? I wasn't paying attention. It was not new. No. Taylor built the last set before I built it, so they were all in bags. But they were all new. No, so some of them, we usually do buy them like on discount clearance or whatever new. But sometimes my husband Taylor, builds them before I build them, and then I build them second. So that's when I don't have the bags. Because this is his hobby just as much as it's my hobby. So I'm not going to be like, no, you can't build the set that we just bought that you're really excited about, because then I won't have the bags on stream. Of course not. Like, build the set. It's Lego. It's supposed to be fun and enjoyed. Only have a moment to check in. What are we building today? We're building a fox. Also, hello, Winter. I'm hooked on Tress of the Emerald Sea right now. Oh, I loved that one. That was my first Brandon Sanderson book after certain people told me over and over and over and over again to read some of his books. I picked that one because it was a standalone and it was so cute and whimsical. It was very like almost Princess Bride-ish. I really liked it. I really liked that book. Partner string build Lego together. We've done that. We've done that a few times actually. Enjoy your lyrical winter. Yeah, we've done Taylor and I have done some co-building Lego building streams. They're always fun. Just posted brownie pics in the Discord. Oh, I'm gonna be so jealous. I can't wait to see them. Oh, and you got the edge in the corner piece. Yeah. My favorite part of brownies is all of it. I like all of it. Now I really want brownies. I made them so I get first dibs, obviously. That's makes sense to me. Oh, this is his face. I was like, what am I building? And then I looked at it this way. And there's a little half of a fox face there. That's so cute. I was looking at it like this mostly, and I was like, what on earth is this? And then I turned it and I was like, well, is that a new bun or regular repeat style? It's one I've done many times before. It's two Dutch braids, and then I just wrap the braids however they'll go into a bun. My hair is a little too long for this hairstyle. So pretty much any way I can get the braids to stay in a bun, that's what I do. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Oops. We now have a full face. That's a huge bun. I have a lot of hair. I have a lot of hair. How heavy is your hair? Does the balance of your head change with an updo versus down? It does slightly. It's not incredibly noticeably terrible, but usually a hairstyle like this where it's flat against the head as opposed to like a big bundle of braids in the back is more comfortable to wear because it distributes the weight better. The hair is definitely heavy, yes. Especially like when it's wet after washing it. And some days, and so this is a question I get asked a lot from other people that have long hair. They're like, how do you deal with like ponytail hairstyles or updos because it hurts my scalp a lot? And I'm like, well, one, you kind of build up a tolerance to it after a while. Two, choose the right hair pieces. If you're using like really tight hair bands, that's just pulling the hair super tight and that's going to give you headaches as well. I usually use like coil type hair bands because they distribute the weight a little bit better. And then also like for updos, if I usually take a ponytail here and leave the front pieces out, do the updo and then sweep those hair pieces up and back into that, it doesn't pull as much on the hairline and it doesn't hurt as bad. And then the third thing is some days there's just days where it hurts. And those are the days where you leave your hair down or you do a loose braid or something like that. It's just some days it just sucks. What's up, Marcel? Long time no see. No, the weight's not too much. I mean, if I was waking up with like headache, neck ache, shoulder ache every day, then I think that would be an indicator if the weight is too much. I don't, so I think that means it's okay. Can't imagine having so much hair. It hurts. I mean, sometimes your scalp is just sensitive anyways, and even if you only have a little bit of hair, I don't know if you guys have ever had this where like if you move your hair, it hurts. Like if you change the part to the other side or something like that, and then it's sensitive and it hurts. It's the same thing. It's just that plus the weight of super long hair. So your hair can hurt even if you don't have super long hair. Too much work and streaming schedules aren't working for me at the moment. I'm sorry. I'm happy you could make it today, though. Even if it's just to drop in and say hi. His face is so detailed. Gosh, the layers. They just keep adding more pieces to this. Good night, Sparks. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to finish up this side so I can show you the side to side. Okay. Like, look at how much they built. Like, they bulked out the face. So many little tiny pieces to make detail. It's cool though. It looks very well done. Good point about the part hurting when you move it. I feel like I can relate now, even though I have a lot less than you. Yeah, it's the same thing. You just amplify it with more hair. My head hurts anytime I put it up past my ears, unfortunately. Yeah, and again, it's a lot of it is building up a resistance to that. And then some days it just hurts. And that's the days you choose different hairstyles. A lot of times too, so usually those questions are after I do a hair through the week video, and it's usually a hair through the week where I have like a really high ponytail or a braided ponytail. And for those hairstyles, I will say usually, not always, but usually I am wearing those like at work, and then as soon as I get home from work, it's out. I'm taking it out. So I don't wear them from 5 a.m. to, 7 p.m. That's not the kind that I don't for those hairstyles, not normally, no. I wear them for a lot of the day, but not usually the entire day, if I can help it. Just have to pre-dose with Advil if I'm gonna do enough to. Hey, there's that too. Does having it down, this down have its own challenges too? Yes. One, because it's so long, obviously it does get into things if you're not careful. And usually if I'm like trying to work on a project or something and it falls into the project, I'm like, no, it's getting clipped back or put in a ponytail or put in a bun or something. So yes, each style has its own challenges. But it definitely doesn't feel as heavy when it's just down. It might look like I'm carrying around a blanket, but it's very like, at least my hair is very light and fluffy. Which is why, like, condensed, if I braid it without like fluffing it out, it's not a small braid because I do have a good amount of hair, but it's not as big as most people think it would be because when my hair is just down, it's fluffy. So it looks like there's a lot more than there is. That's for sure. So it's not as heavy unless I were to put it in a braid and then put it in a bun like for the Wednesday braid. Yeah, it's like that hairstyle, which by the way was very fun to do. That one definitely all the weight of the braids was just hanging basically by a single ponytail. That one didn't feel the best. It was okay, and I could tell it'd be okay for a short amount of time, but for an all-day hairstyle, that one would not be good for me. I would say I have medium to thick hair. Probably more in the medium range, though. Probably I'll sort of read in the thickness because of the length, too. Absolutely. I have friends that they have much thicker hair than I do, so I definitely don't have the thickest hair in town. I'm imagining the actress that probably had to wear it for 8+ hours. I think as far as hairstyles go, it's doable and it's not the worst. Now the lady who plays Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton, that's the one that I feel bad for. Because yes, they are wigs and not actual hair, but the Bridgerton hairstyle I did, the big one with the carousel in the center, you guys remember that one? That with my own hair alone was so heavy. My neck started hurting 30-ish minutes into doing that hairstyle. And my version of it with my hair had to be at least half the weight because the actual wig I watched, like I looked at behind the scenes photos and stuff, is so thick. They use so much hair to make that wig. The actress had to wear a neck brace like between shots because it was so heavy. That is one of those I'm like, yes, it's worth it for the art of it, but also like, man, that was probably not a fun time. So that's another thing. So that is probably one of my most popular videos I've ever done, was the Bridgerton one. And I told Taylor, I was like, listen, if I ever get invited by some miracle to like a Bridgerton premiere thing or something and they want me to do this hairstyle, I'm probably going to say yes. I need you to help me say no. Because I will not be able to wear that for longer than an hour at the most. So if that ever happens, I will be coming up with a new hairstyle or finding a way to do it, but a lighter version. Or I will be going home after an hour and taking it out in the car on the way home. Is it fun to do? Yes. Is it fun to wear? Yes, for a very short time. Taylor Pinn's personal assistant that holds your head up the whole time. I was like, I'll have to wear a neck brace or something if it wouldn't even fit in a car. I mean, we have a sunroof thing that could just stick it out the top. Can I ask how long yours is these days? I think the last time I measured it was 42 or 43 inches. That's assuming that I measured it correctly. I just measured from the top of my head down to the length. Also, just me bailing on events after an hour is my thing. I be fair. There are times when I want to. I just had this image of creating a sale. No need to turn the wheel, just look right. And the car just be like, and now we're turning this way. It's like tailbone length. No. My hair goes down past it's almost mid-thigh. Sharp right. The GPS said sharp right. Turn, turn, turn. Oh my goodness, this is so detailed. We're gonna finish this head and then we're gonna be done for today. I was like, maybe we can finish this all in one go. No, we're gonna do the legs and the tail next week. And there's also a tree stump with mushrooms. So we're gonna do this and then be done for today. That's why the bun's so big. Yeah. There's a lot of hair. There are hairstyles I miss doing. And it's only 667 pieces. Is that a typo? I don't think so. It's on the box. That's what it says on the box. If you're asking if I mistyped it into the thing, it says 667. I like to believe that they just drew in an extra piece. Just because. So many tiny pieces. Are your fingers okay? Actually, no, because I cut my finger. I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera. There's a slight scar there you can see. I cut my finger yesterday, and so it hurts every time I put pressure on it. So no, but also yeah, I'm okay. Here's a random tile to be a treat for the fox. This is a cookie, obviously. That looks sore. Yeah, I'm not concerned, but this was one of those cuts that you cut and you don't feel it. And I was renovating our jacket closet. Like I took everything out and redid it all. So I was handling a lot of like very dusty things and I didn't realize I had cut my finger. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I washed it as soon as I realized that there was a cut. but closet clean. No, not a closet clean out. I actually just, when I did my jackets episode of that series, there were a lot of maybes that I have not touched since doing that episode, which was what, like a year ago maybe? So I was like, okay, these are getting donated because I haven't touched them once. And then there's a few jackets also that I hold on to because they're for costume things. They're not like something I would necessarily wear out very often. So those got folded up and put in a bucket and not hanging up anymore to make more room. Got a paper cut from cardboard. Oh, the other week. Didn't know that was possible. I have done that. It is not pleasant. Also, paper cuts from poster board. Those suck. Look at his. Look at that face. So cute. It's a cutie. I'm glad we got this much done. So at least next week, it won't just be a blob of bricks. It'll be at least a cute little fox with no legs, no tail. We'll finish this up next week. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be back. No, we won't be back on Saturday. No cozy coloring stream this Saturday because I have an event. But we'll be back on Tuesday with more Hollow Knight. And then, what else? Roll for Hairstyle is tomorrow. I think that's about it. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Make sure you stay hydrated. I will catch you all in between streams on the Discord and online. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!